What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn podcast. Presented by our damn selves.
Yes.
182, right?
Yes, 182.
Yeah. Black Friday's coming up, so ladies, make sure you get you a J-Scope. Shout out to Lovely Jazz, creator of J-Scope. First fitness belt that covers the entire midsection. Provides 100% comfort during your workouts. Do that.
Yes.
Black Friday is this Friday, yeah.
Woo!
Meaning Thanksgiving is this Thursday.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is back, baby, because, well, not really, but it is kind of back.
Listen,
Black Friday is not going to be the same this year because of COVID. So you don't see your television saturated with Black Friday sales. Before it was like because it took over Thanksgiving at one point.
Yeah.
Like Black Friday sales beginning Thursday
at 1 o'clock.
1 p.m. Like Thursday is Thanksgiving. You don't even call Thanksgiving anymore. It's like it's Black Friday now.
I did the look when I saw that because I think it was J.C. Penney last year said Black Friday sales start Thursday at 1 p.m.
That's how you knew it's taking over Thanksgiving. Not starts Thanksgiving at 1 p.m. Starts Thursday at 1. They strategically said that.
And the way I looked and I was like, well, at Thursday at 1 p.m., you're usually getting dressed and you're probably about to be traveling to get to your
ready,
first
or if you're hosting, then you're finishing up the cooking.
Right. Because I know that when we would go to our cousins, we would get there about 3 o'clock, 3:15. We would get to her house and do it like that. But I'm like, really? But can people sit down and eat with their families, at all? Best Buy, their stuff started at like 3 or 4 on Thanksgiving last year. I'm like, so you guys are running to get TVs before you eat? Like, what's going on? But the thing that they're doing this year is they're saying that it looks like all businesses pretty much are like, they're not doing that this year. They're like, no.
On the crowd, because you only creating a fucking, you only creating a mob scene by doing that shit.
Mm-hmm. They
so
said
you can't have no lines if you're not open. It's like that, yeah.
They're like, nope. They're like, we're not having these Black Friday things, and it's good that that they are. Like, I think that
give up a little bit of that corporate greed is okay. Like, I get and like these big companies, they can afford it, yeah.
Right. I think that they should let the workers
give away a little bit of that money. Yeah.
I think they should let the workers be off. Like,
even though I'm a capitalist, but yeah, they can afford to give away. They can afford to miss out on some Black Friday.
Yeah, like you
this year.
Like you Walmarts, you Targets, all you people like
Best
that.
Buy, like you big ones, y'all will be okay. Yeah.
Let all your workers be off that day because they've been through enough. Like with COVID going on, they're out there on the front line as essential workers. Let them be home with their families. Let them enjoy themselves for Thanksgiving. I totally agree with that. I like that. That's what I do like about it.
So let's talk Thanksgiving and where we are right now. Governor JB, was that JB? Yeah, that was JB Pritzker.
Yeah.
Phase 3.
We're back to phase 3.
Whatever the hell that means. But let's pull up phase 3. I believe I have
it. Plan.
I believe I have it.
They sent a text message at
5 o'clock on what day was that?
Friday.
I don't remember.
Friday, November 20th at 5 p.m. I'm looking at my text message right now.
I posted it on my social media. I posted the alert on my social media.
That's how I was. That's a text that came through. I was entitled "Imminent Severe Alert." That's what it says on my phone.
Mine said something similar to that. And I have the damn post. Why can't I?
And I'm looking at it now. It says, effective today, all of Illinois enters Tier 3 mitigation. Work from home when possible. Avoid unnecessary travel. And celebrate the holidays virtually
with extended family. To slow the spread of the virus, remember the 3 W's. Wash your hands, watch your distance, and wear a mask. Please stay home to save lives.
Learn more and they give you a link to click on if you want to learn more.
I don't want to learn more. I'm over it. Not clicking your link. Fuck your link. I think we all kind of over this shit at this point.
We are, because it's just like, it's just wind out your sails at this point. It's like, okay, like we were moving in a positive direction, but then we know what was going to happen because it's also flu season. It is. It's also flu season. So on top of COVID, you got flu season going on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
as I keep saying, I'll say it again on this podcast, like, what's ultimately the end game? Like, how is this shit going to end? We're not going to walk around like this forever.
Right.
And fucking masks and shit and all of this shit is like, how's it going to end?
It's not just going to be like the rainbow just comes out and then the birds are tweeting. We're like, it's over. And we're like the musical.
And if they do have a vaccine, not everybody's going to take that shit.
Everybody's not going to take it.
How is this shit going to end? It's going to end. We're not going to be like 5 years from now still walking around. Let me do it.
With a mask on.
Doing this shit in 5 years.
Right.
It's
and
like
be social distance.
Walking around, social distancing, yeah. And where your flat screens at? You're not gonna walk in Best Buy like this. And
it's 10 years, right? Yeah.
So it's gonna end. Like, what's the end game and shit? Yeah. That's all I want to know, because I'm sick of these and shit.
And that's the uncertainty is that
I'm sick of wearing a bra on my face. The bra and shit. Got straps and everything.
I think we all are, because it's like when I was out earlier today doing my shopping for Thanksgiving, because I am going to prepare meals and then I'm going to send to mom and our other brothers. I'm going to like make plates and then they'll just come and I walk downstairs and they'll just pick up the plate for me and then they'll just leave. But it's like when I was in, Mariano's and I had my mask on, I'm like trying to talk to people. It's like you have to remember, like, okay, you can't see my mouth, so I have to like really enunciate my words because you can't see my mouth moving because I got a mask on. So you really gotta like.
You gotta enunciate, and like the mask muffles you as well too.
And speak louder, right?
Louder and more distinctly. You have to pronounce the hell out of your words.
All your words.
You got a Chris Tucker that said, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" We all Chris Tucker in rush hour now.
Loud and pronouncing it with the loudness on top of everything. But it's just really like, and then I have my glasses earlier, so like I'm breathing.
Glasses fogged up when you have a glasses and mask are not a good combo. Glasses and masks are not a good combination.
Because, it was raining earlier, so I had my hat on. So I had my hat, my glasses, and my mask. So I'm like, this sucks.
And I wear a hood usually when I go. So I walk around looking like Dr. Doom and shit. The hood on and the mask. Like when did I become Dr. Doom and shit? The fucking Fantastic Four and shit.
But that's just the frustrating thing is that we don't know where or when or how it's going to end. So it's like
we just here because it's like I don't see how it ends. Like I said, it's not just going to go away on its own.
Right. Like, we don't have it anymore. It's gone. It vanished. It's
vaccine not going to vanish. Like a lot of people are not going to take it. I'd be willing to say that most people probably not going to take, at least not initially. Yeah.
Especially not that first cycle.
Not initially. Most people
first cycle, yeah.
So like I don't know what's the end game.
Who does cycle one of anything? Who's going to be?
I hope the government has a plan. Like what's the end game? Because people are getting anxious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm predicting if it's still whack by next summer, that's when people are going to be like throwing those out the window. Masks is going to be like. People are going to turn on it. It's like, yeah, I'm going to take my chances. And I think if nothing happens by next summer, like people are going to start acting out. Like when it's cold outside, people don't care as much. But even now, people are still like about this fucking phase 3 shit again, especially so close to the holidays. They're like, because people, you got Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up. Like, there's a lot, and people are people want to spend time with their people,
with their family, yeah.
So how's it ultimately going to end?
The other day, Mom said to me, she was like, she really misses the kids and she wishes that she could hug them and kiss them because Mom went from visiting me every week because Mama comes to my house every week and visit me. She hasn't been in my house since March.
Mm-hmm.
She has not been in my house since March. I took the kids over to Mom's a couple of times in the summertime and they ran around her backyard and she got to watch them like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like,
we used to do this podcast every week together.
Right.
That was the reason we on a split screen. Like it wasn't always like this.
It wasn't always a split screen, right? Now we're like virtual. We talk almost every day or every other day. We do talk on the phone regularly, but it's not the same. Like you were seeing me every week. You would see the kids every week. But now they just have to, hey, Uncle Oz, wave on your camera.
Now, yeah.
Right, you got to FaceTime them. And it's like, this whole thing is just.
It sucks.
It's just
like, I don't think people are going to rebel now. Like, but I'm expecting like by next summer, if it still sucks like this, people are gonna start acting out. I think.
The upside said about mass in winter is that your face is warm because Chicago winters are cold as hell. They are. I was like, my face the other day, I was like, oh, I'm nice and warm. When it was like 30 some degrees outside, I was like, oh, this is
thinking
warm.
about these business owners, I think they really gonna lash out. Like at least this round, they not shutting down the barber and beauty shops. They still open.
Right.
Like still, but like no more than 10 people. They doing that.
Right.
They mask up, but they not shutting down like they did before. And but eat restaurants, bars, like I think if it's like that next summer, they're just gonna open up. They can be like, you can't find and shut all of us down. I think
exactly.
You own a bar, like think how many bars just in Chicago alone, bars and restaurants, thousands. Like Chicago's a big ass city. And shit.
It is. Probably all like St. Patrick's Day is like that's the lit holiday here in Chicago. They serious. St. Patrick's Day is a serious
thing. Like the governor can't shut all of us down. They're gonna be they're gonna open up and be like, yeah, come on, shut me down. I dare you. I think that's what's gonna happen.
They're gonna do the Shaq thing. I don't give a shit. They're gonna do that. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do like Shaq did.
That's kind of where I'll be next year. Like if all this time, like, because this is your livelihood. Think about it. Like when you if you own a business, like how you gonna feed and these grants aren't guaranteed. Like a lot of people didn't get them and shit.
They didn't.
The little grants and shit, like
a lot of people lied and got.
There's a lot of fraud too. A lot of fraud that people got them that shouldn't have got them. A lot of fraud that went down with you.
Probably the funniest meme I saw. Shout out to Patrice, one of my girls I went to grade school with. She's a CPA. She put up a meme that said, next on Versus, the people who took the $20K versus the IRS. Because y'all going to get got. Like, y'all took that little money, that little $20K, and now.
There's people out here that really need that, like I said.
Right, you didn't open your business.
And that's how you make your live. That's how you pay your bills and feed your family. Yeah. You don't get a paycheck. Like, that's how you make your money. It's like through that restaurant or through that bar or whatever. That's how you make, so. And you still got to make your payments. Like I said, if you still have a mortgage on that place, so you don't own it right out. Yeah, you still got to, so they hurting right now.
And then, like, let's be real. If you run a restaurant or a business, you don't have just one employee. It's not just you. You have employees.
Even a small business is going to have a handful, maybe 2 or 3 people working there.
Yeah.
So it's like other people that depend on you as well for the income.
It's just, I don't know where this is going. And it's
how's it going to end? That's what I'm thinking about.
And then we're back to phase 3 because that's one thing that they talked about.
Backwards, yeah.
That's one thing they talked about on my job too, because they said that be careful when you're talking to these providers out here, because I do licensing. So they were saying that when these people are saying that, oh, so I can have it like this, like I can open back at capacity. It's like at any point it could dial back. That's what we had to tell people. At any point, just because it's saying that we can do this because we're in phase whatever now, at any point the governor can always dial that shit back. Basically,
go back to phase 1 tomorrow. We really don't know.
Right.
I think that would cause a revolt if we went.
Oh, that would cause a revolt. Yeah.
Remember, phase 1 is it was a stay-at-home order. Now it just suggested you stay in the house, so you can go out all you want and shit. Yeah. Before, phase 1, it was a stay-at-home order. That's when you would go out, it was like a ghost town in the streets.
Right.
Like in that phase 1, I was still doing my radio show, so I was out there during that, and it was like
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Only thing I did was I just went to the office just to drop off and pick up my papers from my office.
The creepiest thing is you in downtown Chicago at rush hour. There's no cars.
No traffic.
That shit was so creepy.
It
felt like Will Smith and I Am Legend. That's what it felt like at that time. It was so creepy.
Apocalypse, yeah.
Like phase 1, it could easily go. I don't think it's gonna get back to that. People you have to arrest me. Like I think people are just gonna go out. They're gonna play. You can't arrest everybody. But you're just gonna have to arrest me because I'm going out.
But that's the point that it could dial back at any time. So you gotta not wrap your head around. Oh well, we're in phase 5. We're in phase 6. You just can't wrap your head. It can dial back at any time, so you can't get stuck on numbers. Like they're looking at the numbers consistently, and if the numbers are rising of COVID cases, if our number is steady climbing back up, it's like we need to do something to flatten the curve. We gotta flatten the curve. And that's
part of this is as a member of the media is driving a lot of this bullshit too. Part of it is the media because as we know by now, you and I both. I know several people that have had a bout with COVID, and they survived. It's not a death sentence. So like,
it's not a death sentence. Yeah,
getting COVID is not the end of the world. So like, yeah, I get numbers are rising, but probably 97% of people are gonna survive this shit. Maybe 3 will die. So I'm like, it's like most people, even if you get it, you're not going. And the ones that die typically are like the elderly or people that already have
underlying condition, like people who need to be careful. Like if you have, if you're on dialysis, you need to be very careful. People who, cause we know people on dialysis because they're very susceptible to it. Yeah. Me myself, like I said, I move about carefully because I'm asthmatic. Coronavirus.
I have hypertension, but I think I'll be okay though.
I'm asthmatic, so anything that messes with breathing, I'm good on. I stay away from them. I'm keeping myself safe over here because.
But yeah, the media is covering this like it's a death sentence when it's really not. It's really just like a really bad flu. That's what it's really like.
It sucks. Like the people who I know,
it's like a really bad flu.
They're like, they're like, the shit sucks. They're like, it does suck because they're like, they had diarrhea bad. Like, it sucks. It does. Like, you're miserable for those week or for however long. Like, you're miserable. Like, you feel like
it doesn't even affect everybody the same way.
Feel like shit.
Some people are asymptomatic. Like my homie, I don't think he reported it on his page, but yeah, my guy, a good friend of mine, like he had it. He was like, he had to say he was like had the symptoms, but his kids, like his daughters, like they were just running around the house like normal, like because like it's weird. It's weird too. Like he tested positive, his daughter tested positive, but his wife didn't. So like, but his daughters were like totally fine, and he was like laid up, like couldn't move.
I had a couple like that.
Differently, yeah.
I had a couple like that. That I had some of my providers for the people I licensed because it was an outbreak that happened, a potential outbreak that happened in their business, and they had to close down. And when the provider tested themselves, they were negative, but their husband was positive. So, I mean, it happens sometimes. It happens like that. So,
and even if you do it, in fact, like I said, my guy, his daughters and him were positive. They totally fine, running around, laughing, playing like regular kids. Like, he can't even get out the bed. Those like big grown-ass man. It's like couldn't move. It's like, so some people are asymptomatic. Like I said, his kids were asymptomatic. They had it, but like you wouldn't have known unless you took the test. They're like, yeah, they were asymptomatic, but he had mad symptoms. My guy.
Yeah, somebody I know, they was like their stuff was like they were really ill. They was like fever.
The one who did talk publicly, I can't say his name, is Mike Love. He talked about how he had certain symptoms of it. Like I don't think he was super sick, but Mike talked about like losing like his sense of taste, like he couldn't taste.
Smell and taste, smell and taste. Yeah, that's when he knew that.
You mentioned, yeah.
He knew he had it because he was like with the taste and the smell being gone. Yeah.
Mentioned on this Chicago famous podcast with Diz, which is going to return, which will be returning to a live version, like because they're done. They ended their partnership with Maze Jackson. I'm telling their story on our podcast, but I don't care.
We love you guys.
We're gonna have them on before the relaunch. Like,
yes, we gotta have them. Yes.
So yeah, you gotta put it in the universe. Me and you've been talking shit about that forever. Like, we gotta get them on. So we put it out there now. Like now, the people gotta put the pressure on us. It's like, yeah. So now I put it out there. Mike Love and Diz will be on this podcast.
They will.
Now they're on here, you can call us liars. But I put it out there to like the energy. So now you can put the pressure on us to like make that shit happen. So yeah, Mike Love and Diz will be on this podcast.
Right.
Mark my words. Yeah, they Mike talked about his COVID bout, like because he had it pretty early on, like during that first wave. Is it even a first wave or a second wave? Are we still in the first wave? I don't know. It's so weird, this fucking virus.
And then the thing they keep on saying,
the second wave, or is this still the first wave?
But the thing they keep on saying is that a lot of people may have had and they didn't even know, because they're like, if you were really sick like early this year and then you just couldn't just get well, because they really weren't testing like really that.
Sick. And but you could have had it and been asymptomatic.
Right.
I could have had it. I didn't get sick.
I honestly
could have had that shit.
I honestly wonder if my son had it, because
I remember that when
Khalil was so sick.
We were doing a podcast and he was like super sick that day.
He was really sick. Like the end of February, early March, he was very sick, and my baby would not get better. I took him to the emergency room like 3 times. I took him to the emergency room. He had a very high fever. He would not get better, and he was a baby. So So he couldn't tell me, like, mommy, my throat. He couldn't tell me. So he was just crying, just
well,
wanted
if he did, like, have the symptoms like loss of smell and taste, you wouldn't know because...
Right, because he was a baby. Yeah. He wasn't even 2. He couldn't tell me that. I said, but he was very sick. He had a very high fever, and his fever would not come down, no matter what I did. His fever would not come down. He was just lethargic and just wanted to just be up under me the whole time. So I wondered if he had it.
There's a chance that he had it. We probably all had it.
Right. I was like, I wondered if he had it.
And during that bout, like, I was holding him, like, and all of that. So, like, we probably, like I said, I might have just been asymptomatic. We probably all had it.
And I was with him the whole time. Mm-hmm. I held him because he's my baby. I was just home with him every day. So I wonder if he had it. I honestly
wondered. I said, nobody took this thing seriously until, I say, March 13th when the NBA shut down. The 16th is when phase 1 started. I'm going to call it that. 16th is phase 1. It's like when everything shut down on the 16th.
And then he got better right before they shut down everything, because then I put him back in daycare, and then like a week later, then they're like, okay, we're shut down. Everything is shut down. So then
NBA was March 11th. I take that back. It was that Wednesday, the 11th, is when because that Monday before, which would have been the 9th, was when Rudy Gobert did all of this, all of that. So yeah, the 11th is when the NBA shut down, and then that Monday was the 16th. When they said we're in phase 1 or whatever.
Yeah, because then they let the kids go to school on the 16th, and then the 17th. They said, "Yeah, school is going to be closed for 2 weeks." And they said school is going to be closed for 2 weeks while we disinfect the buildings. And then CPS never opened back up, and that's what happened.
Remember that shit when we said, "Oh, we just got us quarantined for 14 days," and we are like, "Yeah, right." This is 8 months later, 9 months later. You could have got pregnant pre-COVID and still be pregnant. That shit. Because like March was 8 months ago, because 9 months would be December. So yeah, you could have you could have got pregnant and shit and still be pregnant during this. That's how long. That's how this shit is whack, man. Now I'm vexed.
I know some people who got pregnant during this COVID.
A lot of people that got pregnant during COVID.
One who ain't gonna be me, because this factory's closed. I'm done.
I'm good on getting somebody pregnant too.
I'm good on that. I'm good.
Since I mentioned NBA, let's shift gears because I'm tired of talking about phase 3 and all of this.
I know.
So
yeah,
NBA, we got a lot of NBA talk. So dun-dun-dun, for all my non-sports fans, we're gonna talk NBA. Our podcast. So NBA draft went down Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday. Mm-hmm.
The number 1 pick, Anthony Edwards, to Minnesota. We're gonna break down the first few picks. Number 2, Golden State took James Wiseman, big man. Number 3, who should have been number 1 to me, LaMelo Ball, to the Charlotte Hornets. So now we're going to get that ultimate Michael Jordan, LeVar Ball matchup we've been waiting on. I said if they put it on pay-per-view, I'd order the shit. One-on-one, LeVar Ball.
So in the world, it's like, did that just happen like that? Like, was that meant to happen like that? The fact that he got drafted by Mike, it's like, yeah. I think that was supposed to happen. Like
now we can see that ultimate one-on-one matchup.
People laugh at LeVar, but LeVar, I mean, like...
I've never seen him play. He might have game. Oh, you talking about him as a man, not as a game.
I'm talking about him as a man. People laugh at him, but the way that he's doing what he's doing with his sons...
Hey, he got 3 sons, and 2 of them were drafted in the top 3 picks in that draft.
Yeah.
And then you have Jello, the less said about him.
Who told Gucci Shades?
Gucci Shades. But Lonzo went number 2 in the 2017 draft, and now LaMelo went number 3 in this draft. So... yeah, the 2 of his sons were like top 3 picks. That's pretty impressive.
And the branding that he's doing with his boys, the big ball brand. Yeah, they're doing like the way they're branding themselves. So I mean, like I always said,
he did Big 3 before Ice Cube, but he started his own league before Big Cube said, "Hey, that's a good idea." Yeah. Yeah, he launched his own league before Cube. So yeah. Which is what I'm liking because I said a big fuck you to the NCAA. So that's why I'm rooting for LaMelo Ball, because he didn't go to college. he went the route of not going. Yeah, so that's why I'm rooting.
Yeah, he went and he did the other way and showed that you could still be like, think about like these boys, if they don't go to college and they're getting like, what are they getting, like a 6-figure salary to play ball?
Yeah.
Right?
Because they do have that route now that the NBA got in on there where they opened up the G League. And you can get drafted to the G League now and play there. And you'll get paid there. Unlike college was a scam and they say, well, you're a student athlete.
You get education. I'm only here for 1 year. Really, I'm only here for one semester if you want to call a spade a spade. Mm-hmm. How much education are you getting in one semester?
So yeah, the top picks, you make six figures. Yeah, you get paid. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think about an 18-year-old kid, 19-year-old kid making six figures. That's pretty like
$200,000. That's good money for me. That's what I know. It's like,
even if you're making $100,000.
I think it's like for the top picks, they doing around 200. I want to say.
Even if you're on the low end, you making $80,000. That's good money for somebody. $80,000. Come on now.
So yeah, on that route. And let's keep going. The Chicago Bulls with the 4th pick, Patrick motherfucking Williams, Florida State, I believe. I know very little about this dude. I was like, who? Well, I was watching it.
They say his NBA comparison was Paul Millsap. That's what Marcus told me. I was like,
Paul Millsap. Said no one ever. Let's go out and sign Paul Millsap.
I was like, who's his NBA comparison? Because I don't know anything about him. And Marcus looked at me. He told me. I was like, oh.
We all said who.
Who?
He giving his own family. He was like, who? Yeah.
Stop. Well, the Bulls are. Well, as you said, this draft was a 3-person draft.
3-person draft, and you have the 4th pick. So me personally, I'm not a GM, but I'm playing armchair GM right now. I'd have traded the shit out of that pick. I'd have got out of this draft. I would have traded that pick and got like a veteran player or something. I would have got like somebody, because it is players out there that are trying to get traded. I would have traded this to try to get somebody.
Because
That's just me personally. I'd have got out of this draft and traded the
pick. This draft. Is this like going to be one of the worst drafts ever in the NBA?
Worst to me in my lifetime. I can't speak once before my time, but the 2000 draft is the absolute
Kwame Brown?
Kwame Brown was the following year. It's 2001. And that draft actually wasn't as bad. Let's pull up some drafts. We're going to have a little history. Kwame Brown was one of the worst number 1 picks. But as a whole, that draft was like, okay, let me see. Yeah. 2000.
Olowokandi was trash too as a number 1 pick.
That was a good draft though, 98 though.
I said, but he was trash. Him himself as a number 1 was trash.
Yeah, you can have bust in a decent draft.
Yeah, you
2013, Anthony Bennett with 1, but Giannis was in that draft. So you can't really say that draft was trash and shit. Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Because Giannis. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pull up the 2001 draft. Let's see. Let's go through the selections.
Bobby.
We're having some fun now, yeah. It's our fucking podcast. God damn it. Kwame Brown, Tyson Chandler went 2. Okay. Paul Gasol went 3. Jay Rich went 5. Shane Battier went 6. There was some good players in this draft.
Okay.
Joe Johnson was number 10.
Okay.
Richard Jefferson at 13. Zach Randolph at 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, the draft was pretty good. Just like number 1 was trash.
Number 1 was trash.
and the Bulls took Eddie Curry at 4. That sucked too. So like, it was some bust in this draft, but like as a whole, like it was a decent little draft though. Let's do 2000 now. 2000 NBA draft, which in my opinion is the worst draft of all time.
Who went number 1?
That was Kenyon Martin, who basically was a career role player and shit. Is the number 1 overall pick. It's like, it was like no all-stars in this draft, I think.
See the look I gave. I just looked off into the side.
Oh, yeah, Kenyon Martin. He probably played as a reserve. So now you have Stromile Swift at 2. You probably don't know who that is. Darius Miles went number 3 and shit, like another bump. Bulls took Marcus Fizer at 4 and shit.
Marcus Fizer, yeah, Marcus Fizer.
Which makes me nervous because the Bulls picked 4th in this draft too. So like that's why I'm nervous about that pick. Mike Miller went number 5, so like it shows you like the depth of this draft. And Mike Miller is your number 5. Nothing against Mike Miller. He was a decent player, but if he's your number 5 pick, then your draft is trash.
He was goofy.
Okay, and then a bunch of bums. Jamal Crawford went 8. That was a good pick.
Okay, yeah, all right.
More bums. Like Villa, doing Eton Thomas, Courtney Martin. Yeah, a lot of bums. Hedo Turkoglu went 16.
Oh, Hedo, yeah.
Yeah. Quentin Richardson went 18.
Q.
Jamal McGlure, I don't know how he made the All-Star team, but he was in this draft.
See the face I just made?
Yeah, like I said, this draft was terrible. Deshaun Stevenson was number 23. I'm struggling to find names that I recognize. You see, I'm skipping over from 10 to 23. There'd be like that many picks in a row that sucked, pretty much. Like I don't remember this dude, that dude. It's like you don't remember like how
he's going to play forever. Jamal Crawford. It seems like he's going to play. He doesn't show any signs that he's slowing down, and
I think he's still around. I want to say.
And a real a contender could actually use him on their team, like somebody who needs that shooting, that veteran presence. They could use him.
Which is why I kept saying when everybody was dick riding the Clippers this past year for some reason. Is when they're saying that Lou Williams is the greatest six man, I was like Jamal Crawford didn't exist. Yeah. I was saying Manu Ginobili didn't exist. I think both of them were better than fucking Lou Williams.
How about Manu?
I think Manu and Crawford were better six men than Lou Williams. That's what I'm saying. Nothing against Lemon Pepper Lou, but I think they were. And he's Lemon Pepper Lou from now on because of that strip club shit. That's his official nickname. He said, "I got to get these lemon pepper wings." And
I get these wings.
He left the bubble to go. He left the bubble to look at bubbles and shit. He wanted to go see some ass. That's all that. But then he blamed it on the lemon pepper wings. So they say you lemon pepper Lou and shit.
I can't with you with that.
I can't. When I heard it, I was like, "That's his official name." I'm never gonna call him Lou Williams again. He's lemon pepper Lou. That's his official name and shit.
I can't with that. You left the bubble to go to the strip club.
Look at that.
You got two girlfriends.
He went to Magic City and said he left the bubble.
And he has two girlfriends. I'm like, what the hell? You got two girlfriends and you still going to the strip club? What's going on?
So them wings must have been fire, bro. Or lemon pepper Lou and shit. I'm trying to pull up the free agency ticker now because we're officially in free agency as well.
Yeah, and then the NBA shuffled the deck. Like some players have moved around already. Yeah, my head is kind of. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to stay in the loop about what's going on. Like, there's a lot of things.
Because I can't even. It's so much going on that I can't do it off the top of my head, which is why I'm trying to pull up my ticker right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we have the latest was Gordon Hayward signing with Charlotte. We'll start there.
Okay.
You know,
I think I did see that come up as a alert on my phone. I think I did see that. He got what, like $30 million, right?
He got paid.
Yeah.
He hashtag saw Xavier stealing paychecks. I gotta call that.
Him and his wife did just have another baby, so they did just have another baby. Him and his wife. So
and let's be honest, like nobody's going to Charlotte, so they have money to burn and shit. Like they're not like they're gonna sign it. Even with Jordan, nobody's signing there.
Yeah.
Rockford's own Fred VanVleet, he's staying with the Raptors. So get your money.
Yeah, Fred.
Fred got his bread.
Fred.
Trying to see what Fred got here. Trying to find out what, because it has them all on here. And now I can't find
Fred. Rockford. All right.
Fred got paid. Yeah. I was like, okay, he's staying. Rondo's going to Atlanta. Okay.
Okay, because I saw Rondo was like saying thank you to the Lakers for like the opportunity where everybody.
Rondo made history. He's the only player in NBA history to win a championship with both the Lakers and the Celtics.
I didn't even think about that.
And those are the two winningest franchises of all time. They both tied.
I didn't even think about that.
Rondo's the only guy to win a title with both teams, so that's a pretty cool thing to be. That Rondo won with the Lakers and the Celtics. That's pretty dope. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's like the alpha and the omega. It is. So it's like, yeah.
He won it early in his career with Boston, and now later in his career, he got one with the Lakers. So it's pretty cool. The alpha and omega. I like that.
Okay, Rondo. Okay.
He signed a 2-year, $15 million deal with the Hawks. Let's just start from the beginning. I'm going to go to NBA.com.
And that's good because Rondo is an aging point guard, and for him to get $15 million, that's a good deal.
He's going to Atlanta. He can mentor Trae Young. So
yeah.
Mentor the young boy there. So that's a good look, I think.
Grasshopper. He can Mr. Miyagi him, basically.
Start with day one of free agency. I'm gonna start from the beginning.
Yeah, because I was just like, wait, what? Like Dwight Howard, where did he go?
Dwight is with Philadelphia. I'm gonna read all of these real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we got Clippers. Re-signed Marcus Morris, but they lost Montrezl Harrell. That was huge, and lost him to the Lakers. That was a shock. Montrezl Harrell is the reigning sixth man. Didn't he just win sixth man of the year? So you lost him to the rival, so that gotta suck for the Clippers. So yeah, they got so they lost Dwight Howard, but they got Montrezl Harrell. They replaced him with a younger, better big man, I'll say. Howard to the Sixers. I'm reading all of the first day stuff. Let's see. Jeremy Grant's going to the Pistons. That was a shock. I'm surprised Denver didn't hold on to him. Gallinari is also going to the Hawks. Hawks is getting some veterans. They're trying to win. I guess they tired of losing.
The mentoring, right.
Some veteran presence in because they got a lot of young guys, so they bringing some vets in.
Yeah, I like it too.
Who else we got? Ricky Rubio's back to Minnesota, so returning to where it all started. I like it.
Vision. Does he still got the Ruby vision? He still got that
vision. Yeah, he's going back. Which I like because they just got Edwards and they still have Cat. They got D'Lo, so putting together nice little squad.
Yeah.
Now let's go to day two. Like I said, Gordon Hayward already read. Fred VanVleet. Here's what the Clippers did. They said, okay, we lost Montrezl Harrell. They got Ibaka. Clippers signed Ibaka, so that's a nice one. Like I said, they need a big. They lost Trez Harrell. So I
like Ibaka going there.
Clippers got to do something. They on the hot seat.
They have to.
But guess what? Next summer, Kawhi and Paul George can both leave in free agency. So it's kind of like championship or bust for them now. So they got to do something.
If they don't, they both gonna go.
Especially Kawhi.
They both.
Carmelo staying in Portland. That was a shock. I thought he was going to ring chase with LeBron. Every time you think he's going to
big head, he's going to say to LeBron, hey, big head.
Yeah. Every time it seems like Carmelo and LeBron are going to team. I guess it's just not meant to happen. It always seems like he's going to sign, but then he signs somewhere else. So there it is. Jay Crowder's going to Phoenix. They putting together a nice little squad. They got Chris Paul.
Okay. Yeah, they got Chris, yeah.
So Phoenix is making stuff happen. Let me read some other prominent free agent signings.
What happened to Horford? I know that they got rid of Horford. Now they got.
Yeah. Philadelphia. Let's backtrack a little bit. Lakers made a trade with OKC, basically centered around Danny Green and Dennis Schroeder. So the Lakers got 2 6-man of the year candidates, basically. I think Trez actually won, and then Schroeder should have won because he's saying, how can the Clippers have Montrezl Harrell and fucking Lou Williams? It's like one of them is not man. It's like, yeah. So like somebody lies. So like Schroeder talking, but now he's playing with Harrell. So there you go. Because like they made the trade, like Danny Green, Danny Green and Dennis Schroeder. So they upgraded from Rondo basically. I think Schroeder is a younger, better version right now. So they upgraded.
Yeah. I like Schroeder too. I like what he has.
So Lakers definitely got better from last year. I think Schroeder and Harrell are upgrades from Rondo and Howard at this point. And then since now since OKC, they're definitely they stacking assets now. So they already traded Chris Paul to Phoenix for a suitcase of assets. Then they made another trade where they went out and got Al Horford, and they traded him with Philadelphia. So they sent Danny Green to Philly. So I like the fit with Danny Green in Philly. And me and you joked about this. We'll make it public right now. You get Danny Green, you win a ring.
The title. You get Danny Green, you win a ring. Yeah.
The year that the Raptors got him, they won that year. Lakers got him this past year, they won. So, like, are Philadelphia the favorites to win now? Possibly. Philadelphia, they went out and got Danny Green. So that's an upgrade. And they dumped Al Horford, which they should have never signed. It was a dumbass signing. Elton Brand, I don't know what the fuck you were on that day. Elton Brand was on that shit. Because you already got Embiid, arguably the best center in the league. Some say it's Joker, some say it's Embiid. But you arguably got the best center in the league. Why don't you go out and sign another center? You have the best center in the league. Like, I don't get why they did that. But they got rid of his ass now, so Horford's gone, and they brought in Green, which is a better fit because he's a 3-and-D guy. He can shoot.
He's a wing, yeah.
He'll play defense. That's what all you need him to do. Yeah.
So. And Danny Green is slowing down. He's old, but he still can play, so he ain't slowing down.
And yeah, he's contributor, yeah.
Yeah.
Him, Alex Simmons, Embiid, Green's part of that now. So Philadelphia is trying to maneuver themselves into championship contention because last year was a mess with them. They took a step back from the previous year, actually, because Philly was always my sleeper squad. Yeah, then Miami replaced them and shit. Miami said, Yoink took that spot. Like the Al Horford signed and they Miami said, okay, we're Oz's new official team now. They did it for Oz. I'm talking shit.
They did it for Oz.
My story, I'm sticking to it. Yeah. And then the tragic one was this year with when you saw Klay Thompson. Torn Achilles tendon. And remember, he missed all of last season
with the ACL.
There, because he got injured during that 2019 finals that we talked about with Danny Green. He got hurt in Game 6, the last game. He got hurt in that game, the Game 6 of that. And then, like, Raz, he's like working out to get. And it's like just a pickup game too. Like he was just like playing regular ball, like a pickup game, like trying to get back in game shape.
Yeah, trying to condition him back, right?
Tore his Achilles tendon. Same day as the draft. So the same day the Warriors went on and drafted Wiseman, they lost Klay for at least this whole season, possibly the next season. And then when he comes back, who knows? He might not be the same player.
Because Achilles, those are tough injuries. Those are tough.
It's like most players are never the same when they come back from.
And it was on opposite side because the ACL was on one side and the Achilles is on the other side. So it's like
it was like like Bobby in the 5 Heartbeats. My other leg is like he had a Bobby moment.
So it's
with what Golden State did do. They were proactive. They went out and traded for Kelly Oubre, who was also part of that Chris Paul trade with OKC and Phoenix. So OKC basically gave him for like a protected pick. So like it basically gave away Oubre for nothing. Like I felt like gifting the Warriors or something. I don't know. They said we feel bad because of Klay. Like we're gonna gift you Kelly Oubre. I don't know, but there was a protected pick. So like the pick is probably not gonna be much yet. It's like lottery protected. So like it's not gonna be a high pick, but it is a pick though.
Right.
So now the Warriors lineup, which is not as promising because before the injury, I was like, okay, the Warriors, they could have a starting 5. You got your Splash Brothers, Wiggins, Draymond, and Wiseman. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah. But
now it's Curry, Oubre, Wiggins, Draymond, and Wiseman. I'm like, in the Western Conference, like I still don't doubt Curry. He's still the greatest shooter of all time. They can still make the playoffs with that team. I don't know about being contenders.
How deep you'll go, but yeah.
I'm not going to say they're going to miss the playoffs again because without Klay, because they did get Oubre, and he's not as good as Klay, but they do have a quality shooting guard now.
Yeah, they do have somebody that's good.
I'm like, is that enough?
But that Splash Brothers, like that, they just.
Because we were waiting to see them get back together. Because everybody wrote them off. Because everybody was talking about the Clippers. A lot of dick riding. I keep riding on the Clippers. But yeah, the Clippers, and of course the Lakers, because they got LeBron and AD. All these other teams, everybody was like dick riding. Everybody forgot about OKC. I'm like, they're going to get healthy again. They hurting now, but they're going to get healthy. I said, as soon as Klay comes back, Splash Brothers they're gonna pick right back up where they left.
Connect and then
they're not gonna be like the KD Warriors. I said they were gonna be like more like the 2015 version of the Warriors. I said which won the title that year. Like I said they're not gonna be as good as the KD version, but they still gonna be pretty damn good. The Splash Brothers and Draymond. But now without Clay, I don't know what the ceiling is for this current version. Maybe Wiseman surprised everybody, and he was the number 2 pick, so maybe he's the one that's gonna bridge that gap between the Steph Curry era and the next era. Maybe he's gonna be the guy.
And then some disgruntled people, Westbrook and Harden.
Yeah, Houston is a mess right now.
They both went out.
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem. Yeah.
Pun approved. Like they were just like.
Harden's the more interesting one because he said
went out.
And word has it that he wants to go to Brooklyn. So you would have Kyrie, KD, and Harden. It'd be like the OKC team, but we'd put a Kyrie in place of Westbrook.
Instead of Westbrook, right?
It'd be like, so that's interesting. If that happens, then you gotta make Brooklyn favorites to take the East. Harden goes there, they gotta become favorites.
Yeah. When I saw that, I said Harden wants to go there. I was like, what?
So I was like, they automatically will move into the favorites.
Yeah.
If Harden ends up if he does end up there. And Westbrook, I'm not sure what the best fit for him would be. I'm trying to think of somebody who needs a point guard.
Yeah, because he's a little gun, and he's a gun too. He's a pistol. Westbrook is a pistol. You need somebody that can manage his,
Some people were saying the Clippers. I'm like, I don't know. Like you swap out playoff P for Westbrook, because I think they kind of over Paul George at this point. So like,
Westbrook he's from Cali, right? Westbrook,
LA guy, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kawhi and Westbrook. That's interesting.
It is.
And some people say Kawhi is not truly a closer. Westbrook is definitely a closer.
Yeah,
He could be a guy that you put the ball in his hand in the fourth quarter.
He's fearless. I will say that about Westbrook. Sometimes he shoots too much where you be like, why'd you take that shot? But I will say this about
he's like a poor man's Kobe. Like he can shoot you into a game, but shoot you out of a game at the same time.
There you go.
We've
seen him. Yeah. We've seen Westbrook play. We've seen him play. And sometimes you be like, what was that? And then sometimes you're like, oh, okay.
Because that's the one thing they said that LeBron here to say about LeBron is LeBron doesn't always take the big shot. Like LeBron, he'll pass just as much as he'll take the shot.
Yeah, he's like.
I don't have a problem. Like LeBron to me is not Jordan. He's Magic Johnson. Yeah, and Magic was like that. Magic could take it. Sometimes he'll dish it to Kareem or dish it to Worthy. Right. It's like that's LeBron's game. Like. He'll take the shot, but he might give it to AD.
He might look and say, okay, like they're going to double or triple team me, and then I'm going to kick to you. You're going to be open. You just got to make it.
Which he did in Game 5 of this finals. He got complained about. Danny Green just botched that and missed the shot.
Yeah, he botched the shit.
That wasn't LeBron's fault. That was Danny Green's fault.
Yeah, he botched the shit out of that. He did.
LeBron made the right. Everybody was roasting LeBron about, he should have took the shot, but if he was doubled and shit. Yeah,
he was doubled.
Danny Green was wide open. He just missed the shot.
He missed it like a mug.
Yeah. So that was one. So lucky that the Lakers did. I knew they would win. I didn't think they're not going to lose the 3-1. They're not the Clippers and shit. Oops, did I say that? They're not going to lose 3-1 and shit. So they did lose Game 5, and that's mainly because Jimmy Butler played lights out, and then Danny Green missed that shot. So they still could have won if Danny Green.
And I still want to thank the internet for the memes of Jimmy Butler bent over. Like those are the best memes. With him bent over, like. The way he was looking. I love it. That made me laugh because I'm like, in this time of uncertainty, you needed something to just laugh at to make light of the situation. You needed that. But
that's one thing, the difference between LeBron and like Jordan or even Kobe.
Kobe, yeah.
This between Kobe and Mike is Mike was way more efficient than Kobe.
Yeah.
And that's what I say Westbrook is like similar to Kobe. Is like he'll shoot you out of a game just as much as he'll shoot you into one like that.
Because Kobe was taking the shot every time.
Even if he's ice cold, he's going to keep shooting. It's like, okay, dude.
Kobe's like, I don't care.
You're like shooting 30% from the field right now. He's going to take another 30 shots. Like, that's just okay.
Kobe's like, I'm 4-18 right now. Fuck it. I'm still going. 4-18. I don't care. I don't care.
It's like, you should be passing it now.
And Westbrook do the same damn thing. It's like, Westbrook, you've missed like 6 shots in a row. Pass the ball. Just pass it. Your shot ain't falling. Like, you're not a shooter like that. Like, here's the difference. Like, Curry, if Curry is ice cold, we know that Curry, it could instantly turn hot. Like, Curry is a shooter.
Curry can turn it on.
Even if he misses 5 shots in a row, he can make the next 12 in a row. Mm-hmm. That's Curry. He can shoot. But Westbrook, you don't have it like that. You can't shoot like that. So if you miss 5, 6 in a row, you should maybe be trying to pass or drive the lane, get fouled, and you can get to the free throw line.
But I wonder if the Clippers would be interested in Westbrook.
And get rid of playoff P.
Trade. They could do a straight up trade, like Westbrook and what's his name, and pay the playoff P straight up. Houston probably wouldn't complain. They probably would take playoff P. I don't think they'd have a problem. So trade, straight up trade, and then that would create Westbrook. What's their Pat? That's interesting. Pat Beverly and Westbrook on the same team. Ooh, yeah. Make the trade, Clippers. Yes. Yes.
You almost made me so.
Yes. I was thinking about who's a point guard now. I was like, ooh, Pat Beverly. Yes, now they have to make the trade.
Now I'm gonna Soldier Boy and walk off on you with that. That'd be it.
If it did go down, then I'm gonna say my obligatory and them niggas can't play together.
No. But then again, Rodman and Pippen had to work out their differences. They had to work out theirs. Hey,
Phil Jackson sat down in a room with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. He asked Jordan and Pippen, like, "Can you play with Duke?
Can you play with him?"
He asked him straight up. Hey, we gonna make.
And shout to the versus battle. Jeezy and Gucci Mane squash their beef.
Kill each other. Yeah. Are we gonna talk about beef squashes like right as we finish this fucking
if they could do it, Pat Bev. See, we ain't doing this. Pat Bev and Westbrook can squash their beef. Yeah. They can squash it. Make it happen. For Oz's sake.
Here's the thing: championships makes all of that shit go away.
Yeah.
If they win a title, it'll be like that Pat Beverly Westbrook beef never happened.
Oh, they'll kiss and make up quick. We won a title. Like, we got the trophy.
Especially the Clippers winning the title. They've been trashed like our whole life. Like, they won the title. They haven't. They've never won. They've never even got out of the second round.
Because I know like some people may have won like in the 70s, like way before we were born.
Been trashed. Like,
I was like, have they ever even won?
They never won during the Donald Sterling era. His racist ass. Never won. He was a fucking racist. Never won during that.
I don't want black people to come in the game, but black people are most of the NBA, 80% of the NBA.
You got mad why are you taking a picture with Magic Johnson? Who's probably the safest black guy? He's one of those black white people don't think of as being black. Like Magic. That's just Irvin. Yeah, that's just Magic.
Magic transcends race. He's one of the black people that transcends
like
race.
OJ, I'm not black, I'm Magic. It's like you don't even think of black.
Right, you don't think about you don't think about Magic being black.
Definitely think of OJ being black now, yeah.
Well.
Hello, Twitter world.
Well.
So you mentioned the versus battle. Did you check it out at all? We're gonna briefly talk on that.
I peeked in it, but like I don't know if my black card's gonna get taken. I really didn't listen to Jeezy or Gucci like that. I really didn't listen to either one of their music.
I'm a DJ. I know them both. I'm way more of a Jeezy fan than a Gucci fan. So I think Jeezy watched Gucci. Is
Gucci my girl got a girlfriend? Is that Gucci or is that someone else?
My girl got a girlfriend was Gucci. Yeah.
Okay, I know Jeezy, I put on for my city. I know that I put on for my city. That's the one I know best by Jeezy. Put on, because I remember Southside, like, hey, Southside, hey. Because I would, when they say Southside.
I'm a Gucci's classic joint to she's a very freaky girl.
Okay, I know that song.
And I think I love her. Gucci,
okay, I know that. Gucci.
Some of his old stuff. Let me think of some.
I know that one, okay.
He also did the Steady Mobbing with Wayne. That's the one, yeah. We don't have problems. You can't run that.
Okay, I know that one. And then he did with the OJ, the just a quarter brick, half a brick, half a hey.
On that.
Yeah, he did that with him. Okay.
Wasted. He's on that Gucci. Like.
Wasted. Yeah, I know that Wasted song. I know
some
that.
Some of his old stuff. Yeah. Well, I'm more of a Jeezy. Like Jeezy, like Thug Motivation 101 is like a classic album.
Snowman.
That's one of my favorite albums. So, like, I'll say he's gonna wash him, and he did, in my opinion. Some said it was closer than it was, but I think Jeezy washed him. That's just my opinion. And like,
the line that got me when Juicy
wasn't there. Go ahead.
No, Juicy Jesse's on my mind. Juicy.
Yeah, Juicy Smollett definitely wasn't there.
When Gucci said the thing about where he said his $10,000 outfit, and then they posted the meme saying that he looked like James from Good Times. Because he had the
damn.
It was like, they don't like no 10K outfit. James
said that Gucci out there. Hey.
Gucci said, my outfit costs $10,000. And then Jeezy said,
Jeezy somebody he owns half.
He's now on half of Atlanta, though.
Jeezy is like on that, yeah.
And I was like, touche.
Another reason why I'm putting for Jeezy, like he's the smarter of the two.
And then this is the thing I said about. I was like, well, you guys are both over 40. I said assets over liability when you get over 40. Mm-hmm. Real talk, assets over liabilities when you get over 40. You gotta be like that, because you can have your watch, your rings,
Gucci is definitely the more hood of the two, and that's saying something because Jeezy's pretty damn hood. But I'll say like he's the real ninja of the two. I'll say Gucci out of the two.
He's getting refined though, because Jeezy got Jeannie Mai, so Jeannie Mai is like, look, you gotta keep it refined now. Mm-hmm. He's refined now.
Yeah, you gotta be refined if you want me to submit to you.
People were mad at that. Fake outrage. Yeah, but they squad. So I watched a little bit of it.
Gucci's wife ain't bad though either.
Oh, Keisha something.
Keisha, yeah, she's nice.
And she held him down when he was in jail. She held him down. Like she was making money, and yeah, she held him down. Mm-hmm. She's a ride or die. She is. She's a ride or die for him.
Who got the badder chick? That's the good one. Pretty close. They both. Neither one of them is ugly.
I just give Keisha the slight edge because she held him down while he was in prison. If you hold a man down while he's locked up,
that's got the badder chick.
In my book, if you hold down a man while he locked up, come on, that's love right there.
Like Chris Rock said, she cleaned him. Remember how Gucci looked before he got with her? He was fat, like yeah, good. Now he lost weight. She like cleaned him up and everything, and he's like ripped now. She saw the frog and she turned him into the prince.
The thing I can't see now is they put a picture. They said that Gucci looks like Elmo with teeth. And somebody put a picture of Elmo with teeth, and I can't unsee it because he does like Gucci. I was like, I can't unsee that. Like, get a chance to look it up if you can. Look at Elmo with teeth. He looks like Gucci. I was like,
Gucci definitely got teeth. Let's move on. It's a little inside joke I'll tell you all about someday.
But somebody said the real winner is Gucci and Jeezy stylist. They said both of them got cleaned up because they both look more, polished. They're both polished now. They are.
Yeah, sorry.
But I mean, you're over 40. Like I keep on saying that when you're over 40, you gotta grow up. You have to. You can't.
Mike Love says hashtag old man rap.
Old man rap.
It's Mike Love old as hell, but.
Because they be like 45 or something like Gucci, and then like they like in their 40s, like in their mid-40s. Like they're not
40
they're not young. They're not young guys. They're not young whippersnappers. So they have
finally, let's talk about who's not young anymore. The cast of Fresh Prince. Yes, 30 years. Did you watch the Fresh Prince reunion?
I did. And I watched it with the kids on Friday night because I looked and I saw that. I said, okay, this is a sitcom. So the reunion special shouldn't be languaging. It should not be languaging. So the kids,
even though it's HBO, it should be pretty safe though.
Yeah, I was like, y'all going to sit here and watch me?
Yeah, we grew up on HBO, so Oz and Sex and the City. Come on, we know HBO. Yeah, Sopranos, yeah, we know HBO. The Wire, so we know HBO can go that way. But he was like, it's the Fresh Prince, so it should be pretty safe.
Real Sex Volume 1.
Real Sex Volume 1. We know all of those shows. Def Comedy Jam. Come on. We know all of those shows.
Yeah. So I was like, it should be okay. And then we watched it. And Ariana, I'm proud to say Ariana knows most of the rhyme to the Fresh Prince rap. Because she was
That's Ari was all about how I turned upside down. Ari was rapping and I'm like, oh, snap. Ariana, you know it. Mm-hmm. My baby was rapping. So it made me proud. I had a proud mommy moment that she knew the Fresh Prince rap. That made me so proud. To me, the deepest parts Was first the James Avery tribute. That was hard. And then the Will Smith, Janet Hubert.
How many? Did you have to hold back tears for the James Baby? Because I had to hold back tears because I didn't want my kids to see me crying. They're like, "Mommy, what's wrong?" Because when they were just talking about just how much James Avery, like he was the heart of that show.
He was the show.
Heart. Mm-hmm. And just watching him, just oh my gosh, like just the actor that he was. Like James Avery was highly underrated. Like. You guys know his Uncle Phil. He was also Shredder on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He did the voice of Shredder on the Saturday morning cartoon. So, I mean, he just license to drive.
Corey Haim, an instructor. I was just about to say.
License to drive.
He said, if you spill the coffee, you fail. Like, yeah. That was his test. It's like, I don't care what you do on the road. It's like, you spill this coffee, you fail. If you don't spill it, you pass.
You pass. He was making him he made him parallel park in a space like this big.
He took him into rush hour traffic.
The real traffic.
Yeah, let's start out with some light traffic. He took him into rush hour traffic.
Which is how Oz taught me how to drive.
I taught you on the Kennedy.
You took me on the Kennedy when I was 15 years old during rush hour. Mm-hmm. That's how I learned how to drive with this one right here. Mm-hmm. But I know how to drive, though. I mean, I say that. You taught me how to drive, and I know how to drive because of you.
I was James Avery. I had hair then. Now I don't.
Uncle Oz.
Shout out.
The other thing, before we go about the Janet Hubert wedding real quick, the other thing that just made me laugh, and I had to go back and watch it because the Fresh Prince series is actually on HBO Max, so you can look and check out the old episodes.
If you want to watch the entire from season 1 through 6, they got
they have the whole series. So I was checking out some old Fresh Prince, and what they talked about.
You're watching about when Will Smith
Will's acting,
saying his lines. Like, yes, watch some of them season 1 episodes.
Will's tremendous acting.
Now you can't unsee it. When you watch some of those season 1 episodes, you see the whole time he's.
And I went back and I watched it when they talked about when Karen Parsons said the episode with Don Cheadle, because I went back and I watched the episode because he was Ice Tray, and
we talked about Don Cheadle's every line he was saying the whole time.
We talked about before saying that. Amazing to see these 2 Academy Award nominees were on this show back in the 90s. Who would have knew that these 2, what their careers would have grew to be?
And plus, what I like to say, a little Marvel versus DC action.
Oh, Deadshot versus War Machine.
Yeah, Deadshot versus the War Machine. I like it. Always go there.
But we watched some of those Avengers and all the. We recently watched Iron Man 3, and I explained to Ariana. I said, "You see that guy right there?" I said, "That's War Machine. Remember War Machine from Iron Man 3? Mm-hmm. That's War Machine." And she was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, that's War Machine." It just blew her mind. She couldn't believe it. But when you look at his mouth, when he was saying, "Yeah, I got held back."
Avengers versus Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, I got held back 3 times in the 10th grade. My motto is when I find a grade to stick with, I stick with it. You can see Will. You can see him saying every single line that Don Cheadle said.
Will's approach with scripts is like my approach. Like back in my day, in my acting days, I would read the whole script, not just my part, but I wouldn't say the lines of my co-stars. I didn't do that, but I read the whole script. Yeah,
you can see him doing that with everybody. You can see him.
With Uncle Phil, with Carlton,
Aunt Viv, Ashley, you can see him doing with everybody. Mm-hmm. And it was like now you can't unsee. Like watch season 1.
Watch some of those early Fresh Princes.
Season 1.
Saying the lines a lot.
Like the first half of season 1, he was doing that. The first half of season.
Did that a lot.
He was.
But as we move on to the Janet Hubert stuff, because Will, you can't do a 30th anniversary without Janet. She has to be part of this. So at first, her and Will have a one-on-one sit down, which was like that hit you right here. That one.
It did.
Like I'm not crying. I just got this. I got something in my eye. I was like,
"Are somebody cutting onions?" So what was it? Are you cutting onions? Mm-hmm. No, but the thing that got me is that immediately when she saw him, the way that she softened, and when she hugged him, you could see the way she just hugged and embraced him. I'm like, she loves him. It's like you just saw all of that hard exterior, like when she was on, like said, "Yes, and you will," and the way when she would be going off about him and everything.
Yeah, because she's been for years, like she's been Will.
For years.
Yeah. Like I said, 27 years the last time he's over.
They didn't talk for 27
years. Most of that 27, she's been venting against him. Probably 25 of it, she's been venting against him. Mm-hmm. So it's
like
a
when they
lot.
did the Oscars, so when they said the Oscars so white, when him and Jada said they were going to boycott the Oscars, and she like, yes, and so she went on, you Miss Thing. She called his wife Miss Thing, and the way she was going off on them, and
yeah, it was rough. So like there
was
one and then she realized, like both of them realized, especially on her end, is eventually you gotta let go because that weight is gonna be on you the rest of your life. Except that was 27 years ago. It's still affecting you right now. So like if you know anything, I'm glad we starting to learn more about like mental health and mental wellness and all of that. Like you forgive people for you, not for the other person. Because like they're gonna be fine. Will's gonna live his best life whether you forgive him or not. So like you do that for yourself.
Look at what he's done. Look at how he's lived his life. He's worked like
you can hate him forever. It's like that's it's not gonna do anything. You hating him doesn't affect him at all. It's like you got to do it for your own healing. So like you can just let all of that weight go. She sent out a tweet about that about letting it go. And you can as I look for the tweet,
you got Elsa that shit sometimes. Let it go, let it go.
I'm working on myself as far as forgiving people and letting bullshit go. I'm still a work in progress, but
And then another thing that she did that, like I said, I didn't know about is that she was never fired. Like they gave her a shitty contract, and she was like, "I'm not taking this shitty contract." Yeah. So they gave her the bad contract that they knew that she wouldn't accept. So they basically forced her to make herself quit. Like I'm not taking.
They knew that she wouldn't take it. Yeah.
So that contract was shitty that they gave her. They gave her a bad contract. And as a person who's given birth twice, she was a new mom. She had just had a baby. She was going through a lot of other personal things. Like she said in her marriage, her husband was abusive to her.
She said she was in a bad marriage.
She's in a bad, abusive marriage. So, like, you're carrying this burden around you, but you're trying to just, like, I've said this before as a Black woman, when you're moving around in corporate side, you're expected just to be like, I'm Black, I'm strong, I can do everything. You're supposed to just have that smile, and you're supposed to be Teflon Don.
Check out this tweet. One of the tweets she sent out for hashtag Fresh Prince Reunion. My heart is so full right now. Thank you, Will. I love you. I'm like, that one hit me there. I'm like, I love it. Yeah, because like I said, they've been at each other for like almost 30 years. So like for them to like come together and like put all of that bullshit behind them, it makes you like I start thinking about people I still have animosity against.
Right.
Probably 25, 30 years ago as well too. Like I want to just let go, and like you do have to like speak with to get some therapy or like whatever to find out how to let that go. Like I said, it's just gonna destroy you. Like it's you're doing it for your own mental wellness.
And when they walked in, another thing that I didn't know is Daphne Maxwell Reid said that she had never met her before.
They had never met because she came on after she left.
That shocked me. I was like, they never
I never met her. She said I never met her. So I like the picture that Will posted on his Instagram of him like between the two unveils.
He said two queens or whatever, yeah. Because they are two queens. And then
what people don't realize is they both of them are unveiled. They played the character the exact same amount of episodes. Yeah. Like, the show was like ran like 150 episodes, something like that. Like one played.
Janet did 73 episodes. Daphne did 74 episodes.
They played the character the exact same
the same amount of time.
So it just worked out that way that they're both equally on Viv. They on the same amount of episodes. So you had so it was split down the middle.
And I saw a cool TikTok that because Will's been having a lot of fun with his TikTok because of this reunion special, and he posted when you switch her or something, and then like Daphne sat down the chair. When she sat down the chair, she turned into Janet. And Will walked by. He was like, the way he did like a double say, like that was like a cool little, like a little wink or whatever to us true Fresh Prince fans, But it was just nice seeing them come together.
They both were able to hear because Will talked about, I was 21 at that time.
He was a kid.
He's like, now that I'm older and I have kids, so I get like what you were going through.
And he's been through a divorce. He said, I went through a divorce. I'm in a second marriage.
And now, I've had entanglements. He didn't say that.
Entanglement with August.
I went through a divorce. I went through entanglements, so I get it.
So you get it. Like it's hard for you to get. Like I always say, like when you view stuff Like, look at something when you viewed it as a teenager. Then go back in your 20s. Then go back in your 30s, your 40s. Just
my favorite moment, which is let's go another 30-year anniversary, is is watching House Party. When I first watched House Party, I was rooting for like Kid and playing Sydney.
Get away with it.
Now I root for Pops. I want him to get caught.
Because Pops was like my age. He was like my age. So
you watch it as a grown man, you want Pops to catch him. When you watch it as a kid, you're like, I hope, don't get caught. Yeah, but then it's like Pops is right. He's like, you're tearing these folks out. You know it ain't paid for. It's like that. Yeah, like y'all you're up in this tearing these people's house up.
And then the line that Pops said, keep your mind on them books and off them gals.
When you get grown,
keep your mind on them books and off them gals. For real.
What's all these teenagers like tearing these folks' house up? They work hard for their money. You get that when you're grown, you start paying your own bill. But I'd hate a bunch of teenagers to tear my crib up. You get it.
You get it. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at stuff differently when you've experienced. It's just certain things you just have to experience with age. With age should come wisdom. It doesn't always happen like that, but it should come wisdom with age. Mm-hmm. So you just have to experience certain things and go through stuff. And like I said, when Will went through his marriage, having kids, you definitely change your perspective on so many things after marriage and children. It flips, it does. But
I'm glad the two of them definitely healed. It was a feel good moment.
A smile
made me feel good.
One thing that I wish they would have done, they did have Alfonso do the cartoon. They should have did Apache live. I wanted to see them do.
That would have been cool to see him do the Apache dance. I like the it's not unusual. That was cool how he did that one. How he Will did that.
And then Ariana keeps on calling there, tying back to the NBA because we ain't do. Ariana keeps on saying, "Is that the new Chris Paul?" I'm like, "That's the new Chris Paul." That's the new Chris Paul because she loves those commercials.
Now, what would have been the ultimate? She might be too old. Is Janet did the "Everybody Dance"? That'd have been the ultimate. If she did that dance, she might be. She's a little bit. She's about 70. She's up there.
She's like 64. Yeah, she's like 64. Yeah,
65, something like that. Yeah. So she might not be able to hit that one, but that would be dope. She hit the "Everybody Dance."
That's the moment. Like I said, if Try Me Bitch was a person, that's Try Me Bitch because they tried her. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all what I got. Like I still got it. She ran though.
But, let's wrap this up because we're running way long at this point.
I'm gonna practice my Everybody Dance now. Maybe I'll upload a video. Don't laugh at me.
I'll upload my Carlton dance if you do that. I'll do it. But let's wrap this thing up before we go longer. Appreciate all you listening to Not Another Damn Podcast, supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. If you like what we're doing, give our Facebook fan page a like, subscribe, share, rate, review, all of that on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey.
Also, you can check us out on YouTube if you want to see us with all of this ignorancy. Okay, that's our thumbnail. And you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. And if you like 90s and 2K classics, you better check out my streaming station, The Bomb, at ozradio.net.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Also, STR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproduction.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.